Hello everybody, this is Renegade Rousey and this is the Left Hook Boxing Show. And is everybody tired of hearing about Manny Pacquiao fighting Floyd Mayweather? I know there were a lot of good videos out on that subject and there was a lot of commentary on the subject, a lot of comments on the videos, and they were sometimes heated. And I know this whole thing's been an emotional issue and a lot of people pick sides, and hey, each person typically has their fighter that they favor. It's understandable, and in watching the videos and reading the commentary, there's good points on both sides. It's unfortunate that it looks like this fight's not going to happen, at least for now, but hopefully we'll get this thing later on down the road, because it's important, I think, for the sport that the best fight the best, and these two guys are certainly the two best pound for pound fighters in the world. I was thinking about like the football league that we have, NFL, the NBA, hockey league. These leagues are great in their structure. You have a regular season, and then you have the playoffs, and then you have the big show at the end, be it the NBA Finals, the Super Bowl, the World Series, or Stanley Cup. It's just a natural progression. And also you have commissioners over these sports that enforce discipline. And then when things appear to be out of line with something like came up in this fight with Mayweather and Pacquiao about performance-enhancing drugs, then you have a commissioner who can step in and work with the players' union and come up with a solution to solve the problem. In boxing, it's not quite as simple. You got so many bodies, you got commissions, there's so many people, and it's hard for a lot of things to happen. And you have to depend on negotiations with promoters, and money is a big issue. So sometimes it's difficult. But with all that being said, boxing is still a great sport. I was watching ESPN's Friday Night Fights last night, and Dan Rafael was talking. I was watching it because I want to hear more about Pacquiao and Mayweather. I've just been consumed by this whole thing. And Dan Rafael said that if this fight doesn't happen, it's kind of like going to be a nuclear bomb on the sport, because it was an opportunity for the sport to really rise in popularity and come to the forefront once again. But I kind of disagree with that. I mean, as far as popularity, certainly, with this fight not happening, it's not going to be as popular. Any fight is not going to be as popular with the normal fans out there as something like Mayweather and Pacquiao, because it brings so many other people into the show. But still, for fight fans, I still think we're going to have a really good year. And there's going to be a lot of good fights out there, and I look forward to them. And just watching, I was a little depressed and demoralized about this fight not happening, but just watching ESPN's Friday Night Fights, the first fight on that card was I thought it was pretty exciting, but it was a short-lived fight. I think it ended in the second round. The second fight was, it went the distance, but it was really kind of a boring fight. But the third one, where we had Dioniso Miranda and Romano Karamazine fighting. And Miranda is kind of a one-dimensional fighter, and he has that heavy right hand. And Karamazine is an older fighter, has been around a while, hails from Russia. He's kind of, at the edge of the end of his career. These two guys meet, and, they really get after it, and it kind of really makes you realize why you watch the sport of boxing. And it doesn't have to be the mega fight for you to get that enjoyment out of boxing. It's so many fights, and it's so many levels, so many weight divisions, that you can get just these tremendous fights, and it tests the human spirit, and it's what we all love about boxing. But anyway, this fight in the third round, it looks like Miranda, he really rocks Karamazine. It looks like he's going to take this fight, and but he doesn't finish. He doesn't finish the deal. And then in the ninth round, Miranda again rocks Karamazine, knocks him down, and he finishes the round, surprisingly, and he goes back to the corner, and Freddie Roach is training him, surprisingly enough. And Freddie Roach, after the fight, said, I was really worried about Romano at that point because he looked like he was really in trouble. But here, Romano comes out in the 10th round, knocks Miranda down once, and then when Miranda gets up, Karamazine quickly finishes the show, fight over, knockout. And that is just the beauty of boxing. And I think we're going to get a lot more of that in 2010. Whether or not we get Mayweather Pacquiao, Man, I hope we do. But if we don't, hey, there's still good fights out there, and I look forward to all of them. And hopefully, we'll be making videos throughout this 2010, and we'll enjoy this sport together. But for now, this is Renegade Rousey. I'm out.